Alright, g'day fellas. Today I just wanted to show off the bear build that we worked on yesterday. We got it up to empowered monoliths, so I thought I would just showcase it to people that might want to see how the build operates, how it works. There is so much room for this build to grow, and it's gonna be insane. So we'll start off, we've got our little bear there. He casts Swipe, and he also casts Earthquake. Right, so as you can see, boom, earthquakes, big earthquakes. We can cast Swipe as well to heal ourselves, to apply stacks of aspect of the shark, and things just start to escalate damage-wise very quickly, as you can see. The boss killing power of this build is amazing, and we can see on AoE, it's just as good. Like, the earthquakes are large. Now, the big thing I need to work on at the moment is getting my crit chance fixed. That's probably the hardest thing that I'm doing at the moment, but, you know, we're getting some crits hitting for like 700,000 damage, and we're nowhere near ready. So, just a quick overview of the gear first. I've got a helmet with some bear on it. It would be nice to have, well, increased minion critical strike chance instead of spell strike chance. This neck piece is the big one. This is where we're getting all of our critical strike chance from eventually. We need to get one with increased critical strike chance. And we want to roll it like 100% or higher so that we get 200% of that put to our bear, and he will just 100% crit once we have that. Chest piece, you want to try and get your the highest value of added minion melee critical chance you can. I believe it rolls up to around 15% at tier 7. For weapons, you want just as much minion flat damage as you can get on them for now. In the planner, I've got aspirational gear with some good uniques, like Gnarl's Tooth and things like that. For rings, at the moment, I'm just using these to get my resistances in a better place, with some minion damage and some strength where I can fit it. The belt, critical strike avoidance. Gloves, these are pretty bad. Some more fire resist, I guess. We want to get Jura's gloves, so all the stats on those gloves are applied to minions, and we will slam like attack speed and whatever else we can onto those gloves. Boots, there's a unique pair of boots that are in the planner. You get a bunch of flat minion damage when you use your Maelstrom, which is pretty much automated at this point. And then Reliquary Nest for the up to 60% increased effect of non-unique idols. The main reason we want that is for idols like these, 20% increased aspect of the shark. We've got 2 of those, then we've got some more aspect of the shark here. This is where our minions damage is going to really start escalating with his attack speed as we keep buffing this aspect of the shark. Okay, now moving on, let's get away from here so the audio isn't being annoying. Let's go have a quick look through the talent points. So starting out here, we're just grabbing 6 points into Gift of the Wilderness, 8 points into Primal Strength, 1 point into Harmony of the Blade, and then Hunter's Restoration. I will probably get some points into Hunter's Emanation towards the end of my journey. You could also come over here, but I don't think so. Then from there, we get into the Beastmaster. Now, you want to start off by just getting 5 points into Beastmasters to unlock your Summon Bear. So put 5 points into Ursine Strength, okay, and then swap over to Shaman. And then put all of these points in. So just get this Penetration node, the Sky Warrior, and then 2 points in Tempest. That allows us to unlock Earthquake. This is our main damaging ability for the bear, okay? Then once you've done that, we're going to swap back to Beastmaster and continue down. We're going to grab 1 point into Savagery, 1 point into Ambush, 1 point into Atra's Loyalty. This is a big node, 85% increase damage. There is another one of these nodes up further here, which is 75% more companion damage. So these are great. 1 into Boar's Heart, 3 into Lamprey Teeth for the Life Leech for the bear. 1 into Aspect of the Shark, Armor Shred Chance. 5 into the Chase for the attack speed, move speed, revive speed, and companion damage immunity after being revived. So that will help on, like, maybe if he gets one shot by Aberoth and you manage to get him revived, he'll be immune for 4 seconds. Natural Fortitude, get 6 points just so we unlock the increased health regen per strength. This is a very strong node. Okay. Then we'll jump straight over here and we get 5 points into Porcupine, 1 point into Natural Bond. Then we start working on these. We're going to get 5 points into Circle of Life, 8 points into Ocean Maw, 3 points into Embodiment. This allows our companions to gain Aspect of the Shark or Boar whenever we do. Okay. And then max Aspect of the Shark stacks +5, 60% less effect, but we get 5 stacks, so it works out well. We go up here, get 5 points into Ancient's Might. That allows us to get another level of minion skills. Okay. And then I'm currently working on this node, so I'm going to be maxing this out. Companion increased aspect effect, 32%. Okay. Damage redirected to highest health minion, 4%. So 4% of the damage we take, it's given to the bear. Really good. Okay. Now, onto skills. This is where it starts getting fun and amazing. So let's start off with Swipe, because this is where you're going to start off. Once you start playing, you can level with Swipe. This is how I leveled. I grabbed Swipe and I went straight down here to Duality of Nature. So 2 points Blood Beast, 4 points Rending, 3 points Duality of Nature. And then we come across here, we get 2 points Way of the Hunt, 1 point to start off with in Wingardium Reach, and then we get 2 points in Kill Threshold, so that every time you swipe something that's under 14% health, it dies. And that counts for your bear too, so your bear will be able to cull bosses and things like that. I am going to get 3 points in Trapper, so damage versus slowed, 40%. 2 points into Aspect of the Panther, 1 point into Feline Hunter. Now, there are still points missing in these trees. Go into the description, check the build planner. I've got the aspirational setup for the build with all the points put in. And it's all set up to go in the correct order as well. So double check with the planner. Moving on, our lovely bear. To start off with the bear, our first point we're going to take into Forceful Swipe. This allows our bear to use our swipe skill and all of our swipe talent points, right? So that's really cool. Then we come over here, we put 1 point in Lacerating Claw, 1 point in Ursine Dominance, and then Ground Shaking Might. We grab that one, okay? Then we can come down here and grab Bear Earthquake Charges Restored on Warcry. So every time we push Warcry, it allows our bear to cast Earthquake again. So very, very strong. After that, we come down here. We go 1, 3, and 4. This is just a bunch of crit multi and makes our bear crit immune. Okay. We finish up with getting finish off the 5 points into Lacerating Claws and grab Wounded Prey. Okay. So he gets quite a lot more damage per bleed. And then you want to get the 4 points in Vicious Strikes and finish up with Rapid Swipe to reduce the cooldown of Swipe for your bear. Okay. moving along now to Earthquake. So for Earthquake, we start off, we grab 4 points into Rupture, and we will head up to Seismic Smash, grabbing 1 point. And then 1 point into Seismic Tide. Okay, this allows our Earthquake to just ripple over and over again. From there, we come down here and grab 5 points. This is Aftershock damage. Okay. And then from there, we come up here, 2 points into Concussion, 1 point into Outbreak, 5 points into Shatterquake. Okay. Now, this is taking into account that you're using Maelstrom, so we are chilling or freezing enemies. All right, so you get that 75% increased damage. Okay. Otherwise, you could go crazy and come over here and change the base type over to fire and do some ignite shenanigans, but who knows? We might play around with that sort of stuff a bit later. So that is Earthquake. And then Warcry. So Warcry, to start off, I like to come up and grab 1 point into Staggering Roar and 1 point into Shallow Breath. This allows you to cast it every 5 seconds, allowing you to trigger those earthquakes quicker. And once you've got those, I will come down here, 1 point here, 1 point into Berserk, 4 points into Brutality, 1 point into Bloodthirst, 3 points into Fury Strikes. After there, I would come up here and grab 1 more point into Staggering Roar and then 1 into Apprehend, so that your Warcry no longer pushes enemies away. It pulls them in nice and tight, so your Earthquake from the Bear can destroy a whole pack. And then just come down here, grab 1 point into Juggernaut. Oh no, we already grabbed Juggernaut. 1 point into Breath of a Terror. 1 point into Purging Shout to cleanse any ailments from yourself. And then finish up with 4 points in Whirlpool. Now, for the Maelstrom tree, I haven't started really making the most out of Maelstrom yet. So to start off, just grab 2 points Turmoil, 3 points Beneath the Waves, 2 points Arctic Chill, 2 points Healing per second, and Violent Squall. All right. And then these points. And then after that, we're probably going to come up here and grab these. They're in the planner, so go check out the planner for more details on that. You won't really need to use Mana Storm as much until you've got the boots at level 79, I think they are. But it's still good to have. When it's going off with the Warcry, you can run through and still chill stuff, right? Like, just, there it is. And then you're applying chills and freezes to enemies, increasing your bear's damage by 75%. Okay. All right. So that is all the skills. That is pretty much everything. Aside from the idols, so Shark Effect, Small Idol, Shark Effect Idol, just Shark Effect on everything. If you can get idols with like, so this one, if you could get the top prefix to be like Endurance, Threshold, and Health, and these larger idols, if you can get the top prefix to be Minion Cooldown Reduction, that would be great. These other 2 small idols, 4 small idols, sorry, you can just put to whatever resistances and things you need at the time, okay? And that is that. So let's quickly run over and do some combat. I will just show off a monolith really quickly. Let's just head over here. We'll do a 100 corruption monolith for you guys, just so you can see how the build operates. Hopefully I don't die. That would be hilarious. So all you do is you're gonna leap into enemies, pop your Warcry, and there goes the Earthquaking Bear. All right, just run around. And he will one-shot pretty much everything he comes in contact with. Champions, the new dinosaur evolutions, like that, everything just dies. I also have been finding that keeping your pet on the defensive stat, unless you're fighting a boss, is usually better to keep him close by so that he can just, you know, be near you. And like, I find if I change it over, right, he'll lag behind quite a lot because he's got such a long range. So, yeah. But as you can see, the damage is nutty, especially single target. The clear is a little bit to be desired. It's still reasonable. And the boss killing is just as good, if not better, than Abomination. The main thing to take away from this build, though, is to get a Weaver's Necklace, a Weaver's Amulet, and try and roll tier 6, tier 7 critical strike chance on it ASAP. Because if I had that right now, every hit would be a crit. And he would be doing absolutely nutty damage. Right? And there's the echo done. Easy peasy. Alright, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe. And I will catch you in the next video. Alright? Peace.